everybody, and welcome to another Interstellar Modeler. If you're wondering why I'm dressed as Admiral Dama, we're going to go meet Frank from Moebius Models. Hey everybody, and welcome to another Interstellar Modeler. We're here on the floor of Comic-Con 2017 to meet Frank from Moebius Models. Hi Frank.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks for being on with us today.
No problem, no problem.
Hey, great. So I'm a big fan of all your models, and can you tell us a little bit about Moebius Models, where you guys started? And
well, it's kind of an interesting thing. When we started, it was right after Polar Lights had sold. So it seemed like there was just that empty space. No one was doing kits. So it was something that was kind of a natural. Okay. There was some of their employees were left out there with nowhere to go, and that's actually how we started, with ex-Polar Lights employees, and it just moved ahead.
I know a lot goes into producing a model kit, and this is probably a long answer to this question, but can you give us an abbreviated version of how a model goes from, say, being a concept to the market?
That's kind of tough. A lot of it, of course, depends on whether licensing is available. Is so much now, the popularity is based on that. Something people either remember from their childhood, a TV show or movie, or something newer. So that's the first tricky part. Licensing available, and they're acquiring the licensing. After the licensing is secured, everything goes into finding what we feel are more or less the experts, people like 2001, finding the guys that really know the property and work up some designs for it. The approval through the studios is typically next, and then most of it goes overseas from there. The factory we use is really good from start to finish. They'll take either the digital files or the blueprints, work it into an actual concept, a mock-up for us to look at. Tooling starts, and then from there it's just packaging and shipping. But that's pretty abbreviated for it.
What's the length of time usually it takes to go from concept to market?
At minimum 9 months. We've had some things that are a little more complex that we've had a couple years into. But typically about 9-12 months we can get something out.
Now in your case here you have some examples of models that you produce here, beautiful kits, and can you tell us what's your current bestseller?
Actually, oddly enough, our current bestseller is a 1972 Ford pickup truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that surprises a lot of people that would be the best-selling. But moving into the sci-fi, still that the Mark II Viper, Battlestar Galactica, that is still
the Mark II Viper,
best-selling sci-fi kit we've done.
All right, and so overall, what's been your best-selling kit?
The Ford pickup.
Oh, the Ford pickup.
Ford pickup is really, like I said, that surprises a lot of people, but for some reason, that year of Ford pickup, they built so many of them, and it seems like everybody looks at us, oh, my dad had one of those, or my grandfather, so very popular, very popular.
So I see we have the Discovery from 2001.
Yes.
And any idea about release dates or anything?
We're looking at probably November. This is an actual test shot in the case. This is the kit. So we're finishing up packaging right now, and really before the end of the year. And people will have it for Christmas unless something catastrophic happens. It'll be out.
That's very exciting. I've already seen pictures of that you guys released of the model kit floating around on the internet. So can you give us a little peek of what's to come?
Oh, well, of course we're going to work on more 2001, and the other big license we got last year was the new Star Trek. A lot of people, it's not their favorite Star Trek, but there's still a lot of fans for it. So we've got, the Franklin, we've got the printed rapid prototype in the case here. The Kelvin's pretty far along, and at some point we'll, work on a nicer Enterprise than what's been out there. Of course, there's so many versions of the Enterprise, just picking the right one. But that's the big thing. Getting a little bit more back into Galactica too. We had a bit of a slowdown on that. The Raptor's just a couple weeks out. That'll be in, and there's other things people have asked for. The Cylon Base Star from the new show, and I think there'll be a couple more things that'll surprise people from Galactica coming up.
Well, that's exciting. Is there anything you'd like to say before we leave to the modeling community?
Well, I really need need to thank everyone. It's nice that people are still doing it. I wish there was a way to get some younger people involved.
Right.
It's I hate to think it's just us old guys doing it, but I'm glad that people still are doing it. We really appreciate it.
Great, that's great. Well, I want to thank you for being on with us today. As a sci-fi modeler, and you know yourself that modeling people are detail-oriented people.
Yes.
Always attention to detail, and I can tell you, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate the amount of detail you give to your model kits. As a kid, I remember opening up the old Galactica kit, and I was anticipating it, and only to find that it just really didn't meet up to specs, so to say. So I just want to tell you that I appreciate the amount of detail that you guys put into it, and thank you very much for it. I know I'm not alone in saying that.
No.
So
you're welcome. Thank you.
all right. Well, thanks again for being on. There you have it, you guys. This is Frank from Moebius Models, and we're here at Comic-Con 2017. Thanks again, Frank.
Thanks.
All right.